Hello, friends. Once again, I welcome you all to today's session. In today's session, we're going to learn and discuss the topic classification and description of vowels. What is a vowel? A vowel is a speech sound during the articulation of which the pulmonic aggressive air, that is, the air that we breathe out of our lungs, escapes. So there are 3 points you should remember to consider whether it's a vowel or consonant. In vowel, you can find there is no narrowing anywhere along the oral passage, and so the air from the lungs escapes freely. Second point, there is no obstruction anywhere along the oral passage, and so the air from the lungs escapes continuously. Third, the lung, air escapes through the mouth. So you have to remember these 3 points to find out whether it's a vowel. Vowel means there is no narrowing anywhere along the air oral passage, and so that the air from the lungs escapes freely. So consonants, you can find there'll be friction, there'll be obstruction. Here, the air comes out freely, escapes freely. There is no obstruction anywhere along the oral passage, and so the air from the lungs escapes continuously. The third point, from the lung, the air escapes through the mouth. To describe a vowel, we take into account 3 criteria. You have to remember this one. First, what is the part of the tongue used during its articulation? Second, what is the height of the tongue? That is, to what height is the tongue raised towards the roof of the mouth during its articulation? Third, what is the position of the lips during its articulation? Part of the tongue, height of the tongue, and position of the lips. You have to remember these 3 criteria. The first criteria, part of the tongue. According to part of the tongue used during the articulation, vowels are classified into 3 types. First is front vowels. Front vowels are vowels articulated with the front of the tongue raised towards the hard palate, with a wide enough gap between the front of the tongue and the hard palate for the air to escape freely without any friction. Example, as in E, key, I, kit, A, bed, A, bat. So these 4 sounds are front vowels. E, A, and A. Second is back vowel. Back vowels are vowels articulated with the back of the tongue raised towards the soft palate with a wide enough gap for the air to escape freely without friction. Example, as in or as in pot, or as in what, bo, or bot, oo, as in pull, ooh, as in cool. So these 5 sounds are back vowels. A, o, oo, and oo. Third comes the center vowels. Front vowels, back vowels, and center vowels. 4 front vowels, 5 back vowels, and remaining 4 plus 5, 9, remaining 3 are central vowels. Central vowels are vowels articulated with the center of the tongue raised towards a part of the roof of the mouth which is between the hard palate and the soft palate in such a way that there is a wide enough gap between them for the lung air to escape freely without friction. Example, a as in but, a as in bird, a as in account. So comes with that as in the first sound, account, and father as a last sound. Father. Next comes the second criteria, height of the tongue. According to the height of the tongue, vowels are classified into four. Closed vowels. Closed vowels are articulated with the tongue raised close to the roof of the mouth, but with the gap between them wide enough for the lung air to escape freely without friction. That is, the tongue is raised close to the roof of the mouth, but with the gap between them wide enough for the lung air to escape freely without friction. Second, open vowels are articulated with the tongue far away from the roof of the mouth. Closed vowels close to the roof of the mouth. Open vowels far away from the roof of the mouth. Next comes the third one, half closed vowels. Half closed vowels are articulated with the tongue raised between the closed and open positions, but nearer the closer position than the open position. Half open vowels are articulated with the tongue raised between the closed and open position, but nearer the open position than the closed position. So, open vowels, closed vowels, open vowels, half closed vowels, and half open vowels according to the height of the tongue. First, we saw part of the tongue, height of the tongue. Third, we're going to see is position of the lips, whether the lips are going to be rounded or unrounded. Rounded, for example, we say oo, oo, or, o. These vowels are rounded. The other vowels are unrounded vowels. Thank you. Let's meet in the next session.